Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today on my channel. My name is Chris with Kristen's Crafts, and today I am bringing you process video 19 for my December documented. Now where I had left off, I had made this pocket that I'm going to be using for today's cookie decorating extravaganza that we had. Off camera, you guys didn't see me do this, but I had taken a Christmas card that one of my family members had mailed to us, and I did a little altering. I cut it in half, moved the kitty over a little bit, and took it off the foam that came with the card. I then cut the door open so that I could put a picture of my cat on the inside of the door. So it's basically like you're walking into, opening up the door to our house, and there's my cat sitting there visiting you. And then I re-put it back on foam tape so that you got that 3D effect again. I'm putting it here behind the day when I went to Elf the Musical with my girlfriends, because in the picture, my cat is playing with a toy that one of my friends from that night gave me. So it's kind of fits in the right spot. It was his little Christmas gift from Stephanie, and now it's kind of documented in the book. So today we are moving on to day number 19, which is us getting together and doing cookie decorating, and also we did our gingerbread house. I have a ton of photos from here, and I've already kind of started printing and kind of getting an idea of kind of what I want to do. So this one is a process video that's already up on my channel. I had been a guest designer for Dottie About Flair for Adam. And so this side, I had taken one of the sketches that they provided for that day, and I went ahead and used my Flair. Now, I just duplicated the back side with another picture of Carter, but this time I'm not using the Flair only because I think it'd be too bulky having Flair on both sides. So I just went ahead and used a little bit of my Echo Park, and I found a little sticker that says Dear Santa. I did really try, and I thought that was kind of cute because he really did try to do his sprinkles, and then cookies for Santa, and then you can just see I gave him the sprinkle shaker and he just went to town. I'm still finding sprinkles, I think. So anyways, this is already here. Not sure at what point and where this is going to go in, but it will go into this section as I go ahead and put things together. We'll figure out where in the order it's going to go. So the next part that I'm going to work on, I had taken a lot of the candid photos that I had of the kids decorating, and I printed them into 2x2 squares. So that is what I'm going to work on next. So I think I'm going to put you guys on fast forward, otherwise this video is going to be an hour long. I'm going to get out one of the multi-page page protectors, and then we just need to decide. I do have some Chadney Flair that I may go ahead and get out and see if I can make some shaker pockets with this. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put you on fast forward now, and then we'll start playing with it and see where we go. The next step I'm taking is some of the other candid photos. I took some pictures of the kids in front of the tree, so I want to make some 5x7s of the other boys and have them in there, similar to what I had for the Christmas tree lighting at the beginning of my album. And then I do have these, which I thought I could go ahead and make some tags and then put these candid photos into the pocket that will be able to be pulled out. So that's kind of the plan. So I'll be right back and we'll start getting it made. Okay, so I grabbed that the pocket page, and I'm just going through and dividing up the photos that I had printed. And what I'm doing is trying to make sure that all the pictures that refer to cookie decorating are on the front part of the page, and then I'm going to put anything that was regarding the gingerbread house on the back. So I'm going through my basket and I'm looking to see if I can find my shaker or my wood veneers for cookie decorating. And you know what? I think I used them last year. So I went through all of them and I could not find the ones. They're really cute. They look like dough rolled out, and then there's like star cookies and all the little cookie cutter items. But I think I may have put it in my December daily last year. So I'll have to remember to get some more of those because they're really, really cute. And I really check out Shadney's Etsy shop if you're interested in the wood veneers. So I'm going through and I'm trimming down all the photos, making sure that they're all 2x2 and that they fit in. And now I'm just going in adding to the back side. And this is when I realize that I don't have enough pictures. I like how it's kind of laid out. So I went back on and I printed some more, and I'm just going to add 4 more. I'm also going to go ahead and turn on my fuse tool. Whenever you're using this, you really want to make sure that it's really heated up good so that you get a good fuse when you go to seal the plastic. So right now I'm just going through and I'm attaching the photos front to back, making sure that they're in the right direction and that when I go to trim, that I'm not trimming off, anything important like their ears or their faces. And I'm only trimming off like unnecessary space within the pictures. And I'm just going to go ahead and put them where I found that I really liked these to go. And that's going to leave me with 4 pockets that are open that I can go ahead and add my sequence to. So the sequence I have is a pack that I again bought from Shadney's store, and I can't remember if I bought it this year or last year, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and try and get it all in and use up the whole pocket, and you're going to see me struggle with this. In fact, the top pocket I'm going to end up dumping out, and then, I kind of knew I had it kind of divided up. And so I went ahead and sealed the bottom 3 and then scooped up whatever flung out of the pocket. I was just trying to be selfish and get the last little bits from the bottom of this plastic. It was getting caught on the seal. And when I did it, you're going to see in a second, it's all going to go flying out. Yep, there it goes. So anyway, I'm muted. So like I said, I just kind of scooped it up, and then I'm just going to go ahead and seal those 3. That way I can go ahead and deal with that top one without any more of them falling out. Yeah, and I'm just going to scoop them all in and get as many of them as I can. This is a really cute sequence mix. If she has any left, I suggest you get it because with the little peppermints in there and stuff, it's adorable. So I just kind of shook it just to make sure that it was all mixed up. And now I'm going to go ahead and put that into the album with my, the page that had the vellum background that I did of Carter. The other thing, I don't know if you noticed, is I had gone ahead when I was off camera and printed 2 5x7s of the older 2 grandsons, and I went ahead and backed them to each other and hole punch them, and I'm not going to do any embellishments to those. I'm just going to go ahead and leave them. They'll be between the vellum page that has the pictures of Carter and the multiple page that has all of our cookie decorating activities. So now what I'm doing is going and taking the random photos that I had taken that day, and I was trying to find any that were good close-up photos of each of them, and I'm just putting them onto different pieces of scrap paper that I cut into tags. I'm not really worried about what the colors look like because it matches the whole album and not just the day, so I'm okay with just different random items in here. And so you're just going to see me go in and make 4 tags. I'm cutting the photos down to, I think it was 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, so just a 1/4 inch off the top and the bottom, just so that they would fit really nice in the tag. And then I'm taking this red ribbon that I had just sitting on my desk, and I'm just going to loop it through and then use my tiny attacher to staple it down. And I'm just, like I said, just grabbing just random scraps and trying to just vary it up so that no 2 tags has the same paper on them for the most part. I may have duplicated 1 or 2, but for the most part, they're all different. The only thing that's the same on them is going to be this ribbon that's on each of them. And I think the only close-up that I didn't have was of my son and daughter-in-law, but I think I have a different picture of them in there that day. Can't remember if I had them in a pocket or if they were a larger one. Or maybe I did have one in there. Hang on, gotta look. I have one of my oldest son. I have my daughter and son-in-law. I have the grandkids. Yep, I do have Kevin and Emily in there as well. So in those little tags, it's a picture of every one of them other than my husband and myself. So this is the last one here, and just getting it tagged down. Now, for my journaling and for my number, I'm just going to go ahead and decorate the front of the envelope like I did on the other page. So I found this little tag that has the gingerbread men on it, and I'm going to use that for my journaling, and I'll journal off camera. And then I found this bigger gingerbread man that I'm going to use. I just popped him on top of this wreath, and I'm going to have that hanging over the edge up at the top. Now I'm going through all these stickers. Again, these are ones I've had in my stash forever. And sorry it's off camera, but there's a little one that says Happy Holidays that's at the top. And then now I'm just finding phrase stickers and I'm running them down the side. So I will have family, joy, tradition, kids, and cherish. And I'm just taking off anything that had like the edge of another color on it. I'm going to put my number 19 up here with the gingerbread, and then I found a wood veneer, and I took the pop dot off of it, and then just went ahead and made it flat. Now the last thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put a label on each of these photos so I can go back after we're all done and go ahead and journal on each of the photos. So here is some close-ups. I'm going to come back with you and talk. Okay, so here's just a close-up of what I've done. So I have the beginning page is going to be the pocket, and I will do journaling about the day and our tradition of getting together. And in here, I will just have the candid photos of each of the kids. And so I do have a picture of each one of them within here, so that, you know, it's kind of why I wanted to have that little pocket with the different, just using scraps to make the different tags. Then I'm going to go ahead and leave the vellum insert that I made with my Dottie About Flair guest designer here, along with the duplicate page that I made today. Here is a 5x7 of my oldest grandson, Dylan, and I'm not going to put anything on it. It just is a great picture of him, and I'm going to leave it as is. And then again, there's a really sweet picture of Preston. These photos, I will probably be doing a 12x12 picture of them to put into their own albums to represent this year. And then I do scrapbook the overall Christmas, so it may even be in my regular album again with Christmas Day. But so it really doesn't need a whole lot because you're going to see this come back several times. So I made the shaker pocket, and for the most part on this side, it was all cookie decorating. And then I used up the whole package of Shadney's sequins that I had bought. So there, I was kind of happy to get that used up. And I just used my fuse tool to seal that all closed. And then on this side is more of the candid shots of them doing a couple with the cookie decorating, but the majority of this side is them doing the gingerbread house. So that is it for today. It was a pretty big one because, again, it was a pretty active day at our house with doing both the cookie decorating and the gingerbread house decorating, and then candid photos in front of the Christmas tree. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I do have to apologize that I haven't been on doing my Baby's Got Scrap this week. I've had a pretty bad headache all week, so took a couple days off. And then I also have to start getting ready for my 4-day crop that's coming up next weekend. So not sure what it's going to look like for the channel. If anything, at the end of the month, I might be doubling up on some pages here and there just to, you know, and throwing out a couple videos. My intention is to try and finish Christmas If not this week, then at the crop, because I need Christmas to be put away. As you can tell, things are falling and it's just getting a little bit too cluttered for me to be working on this. So this project needs to be done by the end of next weekend, whether it's done at the crop or, you know, during the week here. So thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you probably tomorrow with either a Baby Scott scrap or another page in here. I only go up to Christmas Day, so I've only got 5 more days to put in here. And as you can tell, it's getting pretty chunky. But the only other really big day I have is Christmas Eve. For the most part, they're all kind of pretty candid, small shots. Christmas Eve will be another big one. So I'm thinking we should be able to get this one filled out and not still be able to close it. So thank you so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.